One of the major advantages of Facebook is that it's a really convenient way to share photos with your friends. Rather than signing up with some other photo hosting service and having to send your friends links to your photos or albums, you can use Facebook's built-in Photos app. Your friends will then automatically see in their news feeds when you've added photos to your profile or when you've tagged your friends in photos. To see the photos associated with your account, go to your profile and click Photos in the left sidebar. The Photos area is divided into two main sections. You have your collection of photos, which conveniently is labeled Your Photos, and these are the photos that you yourself uploaded to Facebook. And there's also the Photos and Videos of You section, which are photos and videos that other people have uploaded. This is where you'll find photos in which you've been tagged. We'll look at how to tag photos later in this chapter, but basically, when you upload a photo to Facebook, you can add data to it that says who appears in the photo, and that's called tagging the photo. Anyone who gets tagged in a photo will be notified so they can check out the pictures. And you can also come to your Photos page to see any pictures you've been tagged in. In the section of photos that you yourself upload, you'll find different albums. For example, if you've posted any photos to your wall via a status update, you'll find an album called Wall Photos. Right now I only have the one photo in here, but that counts as an album. And all subsequent photos I add to my wall will go into this album. Notice there's no option or button here to add more photos. The only way photos are added to your Wall Photos album is when you add them to your wall. Let's go back to the main Photos page by clicking the back button in the browser. You'll also have an album in here called Profile Pictures. And photos you use as your profile photo will be stored here. You can add additional photos to this album by clicking the Change Profile Picture button. And we saw how to do this earlier. But really, this album is only for photos that you want to use as your profile photo. Any other photos you upload should go into their own albums. I'll click back again. And I'll go back one more time to go to the main Photos page. Now, if I had another existing album right now, I could click on it and add additional photos to it. But I only have the wall photos and profile pictures right now, and again, these are very specific types of albums. So I'm going to click Upload More Photos. That opens up a window. Notice this tip that tells me I can upload multiple photos at once, which can be a big time saver if you have a bunch of vacation pics to upload or something like that. So I'll click Select Photos. Now on my desktop, I have a collection of photos from the Santa Barbara Zoo that I'd like to upload. So I'll select that folder. Now again, to upload multiple photos at once, on a Mac I hold down the Command key, on Windows hold down Control. Then click each of the photos you want to upload. You can also hold down the Shift key to select contiguous photos. So if I know I want all of these photos in here except for maybe macaws, which I've already uploaded on my wall, I can hold down Shift, click the bottom file here, and all of the photos in between will be selected. So I'll click Open. And I can see the message now that my photos are being uploaded. Now in the meantime, Facebook is asking me to create my album. By default, the album name is set to the current date. But that's usually not going to be very helpful in helping you later remember what the album contains. So be sure to give your album a good descriptive name. If you like, you can type in the location where these photos were taken. And you also have the option to have the photos saved at a standard or high resolution quality. As you can see, uploading and downloading high resolution photos will take a lot longer, but the one you choose really depends on what you're uploading the photos for. If you're uploading some photos from your vacation so your friends can see them online, standard quality is most likely fine. But if you're a professional photographer and you're creating an album to showcase your work, you'll probably want to choose high resolution. I'm going to leave mine set to standard. Lastly, specify who can see your photos. Now we've seen this menu before. If you want anyone on the internet to be able to see your album, you can select Everyone. Or you can limit access to friends of friends, just friends, or choose Customize to make the album accessible or inaccessible to specific people. In this case, I'll just leave mine set to Everyone. Okay, so it looks like the photos are finished uploading. I can click Create Album. Next, you're given the opportunity to add descriptions of your photos before you publish for everyone to see. People usually like to know a little bit about the photos or the circumstances under which the photo was shot. So do take a little time to add descriptions or amusing captions to your photos. For example, maybe next to this elephant, I'll type in the description field, lunchtime. And you also have the opportunity to tag the photos while you're here, but I'll show that in a later movie. Under each photo thumbnail, you have a button to make the photo the album cover. That's the photo that's going to be visible when looking at all of your albums on the photo page. So I'll choose the elephant as my album cover. Each photo also has the Delete This Photo checkbox, which can be useful if you notice you uploaded the wrong photo, or if you decide you really don't want to share a particular photo with your friends. So you can see each one of them has one of those boxes. When you're done editing, you can scroll down and click Save Changes. Notice I get this message telling me that there are photos which have not yet been published to my profile or newsfeed. I do want people to see these, so I'm going to click Publish. And now I'm looking at my Santa Barbara Zoo album. If I go back to View Photos, I can see all of my albums, and here's Santa Barbara Zoo. You can see that the elephant is the cover here. Notice I get this little 4-directional arrow when I roll over any of these thumbnails. And this indicates that I can drag the thumbnail around to change the order of my albums any way I like. And clicking a thumbnail lets me view the photo album. Notice I can also rearrange the photos in here as well. And clicking on one of these photo thumbnails lets me see the photo in the larger view. This is exactly what the visitors to your album will see. You can use the arrows to navigate through your album. You can see here's the description I typed for this particular image of the elephant. And notice that each one of the images has a comment area in the lower portion of this pop-up window. So each individual photo can have its own comments discussion. Go ahead and close this. If at any point you need to make changes to the photo or album information, click Edit Album Info. So you can see here we have the album name and location information that I entered previously. So maybe I want to enter a description for this entire album here. And I can click Save Changes. Let me go back to Edit Album Info again. Here you can also go to the Edit Photos tab to return to the area where you can edit the photo information. So if I wanted to change my album cover, for example, I can say this is the album cover and save those changes. Now, while you're in the album, we also have the option here to share this album. Now, if I go to my profile and view my wall, you can see the newsfeed item that will appear on all of my friends' walls since I just uploaded these photos minutes ago. So there's really no need for me to share this album again since I just uploaded it, and by clicking Share Album, I'll see 2 entries for this album appear in the newsfeed. But if maybe a few weeks from now I decide I want to remind people that this collection of photos exists, I can go back to the album and then click Share This Album to make a wall post about it. And you can actually share any other album on anybody else's page you come across. You're not limited to just sharing your own albums. Now, another way to share an album is by sending this public link. This lets even non-Facebook users view your album. You can either click this link itself, which opens your default email program, or you can copy the address and paste it into an email or instant message program. So that's how to upload photos to your Facebook account. Currently, you can upload up to 200 photos per album, and there's no official limit to the number of albums you can create.